Last time Harry managed to somehow get the tape out of the tree. Now we need to find a way to actually respool it. So we're here at the pawn shop with Roy, and hopefully he's got something we can use.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Hey, do you know how to fix this?
You mean respool it? Yeah, I do, but...
What's with the but? Great, could you do it please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone.
But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty... worthless.
You mean, you know how to respool it, but you're not going to do it because you're only in the business of selling things, or buying and selling, I suppose. Buying for cheap and selling for higher. Wait, but you tinker with film tapes all the time, isn't that the same? Worthless? It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene. Yeah, we'll say that.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know that old church down the coast?
Yes. What about it?
Well, I helped some young ravers turn this place into a nightclub. And they play weird beats there. They call it anodic music.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it. No bass. It just goes zoop, zoop, zoop. But this tape could make it hardcore. Or just not very. I need to funk it up. No, go with that. Hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show.
Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
Ah, you're an all-right guy, Roy.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs. You know these visuals would look super cool in the church.
Ooh. Maybe we can buy this, like, what are the... There's a name for these things, right? The little machines that have, like, lights, and the thing just kind of spins around. It's got, like, different colored little lenses on it, so the lights all shine in different colors and make these kinds of effects everywhere. What are those things called? Do I even know the name? Have I heard the name, or am I just, like, imagining? Hey, those visuals you got here would look great in the church. Or, look at the clock. Wait, this took more than just a few moments. That was at least 15 minutes. No. These lights would look great.
Yeah, I bet they would. All those lights in a massive church hall.
He stares at the intricate interplay of light and shadow all around him, suddenly moved by the idea.
A sanctuary filled with hand-picked positive photons. There would be no room for sadness in such a place. It's a brilliant vision.
So I can just say, but, or you and me. We can make this all become true. Mankind needs this. Yeah.
Yeah, man, no. I rather like this place happy too. You know, where I work. This tape is all I can do for you and your friend's nightclub project.
He nods at the fixed tape on the countertop. Wait, this took more than just a few moments. That was at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Respooling isn't that difficult, although I had to mend the tape in a few places. Anyhow, it's yours now.
If you had to mend the tape, does that mean there are going to be spots on the tape where it just sounds weird? Because it goes from, like, because, you know, it's all held on, like, the magnetic information on the tape. So if it goes from one area, it's got one bit of info, and then suddenly to a different one because it's taped back together. It'll have that, like, VHS effect where it kind of goes, it gets that warping kind of effect. Well, thanks for the help.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility. Okay.
Well, without your light show, there's not going to be any photon emissions. It's just what's in there. Well, all right. And so apparently I've also been forgetting that there is fast travel in this game. So I guess we just use this map. I assume. Where am I? Why can I not? Oh, there it went. That was weird. It was stuck. Oh, I can recheck at the dice maker. But we are going to the church. Do I just have to choose the person? And then I can go to... Nope, that's not it. Where's the fast travel? All right, wait, let me check this. Okay, so the comment from Dudok22 said that if I'm standing at the church or the whirling, I can open the map tab to fast travel between. So maybe it only works from those two locations. So let's go stand in front of the whirling. Here we are. And now I go to the map tab. And... oh, there it is. Travel here. Okay. Still going. Is that a rat? Were those rats? I don't think I ever noticed the rats before. Egghead. Have I got... oh, wait. I should listen to the tape. Wait. Go back outside. I want to hear what it is before I give it to him. So we've got our sad tape. So I should equip the tool, which is the tape player. And I suppose it's under interact, right? That's the door gunner mega mix. That's the fractured bullet. Do I have... is it not one I can actually listen to? Oh, I guess not. It's just still the reel of magnetic tape. Oh, it's the reel now. It's not the bundle of like magnetic nonsense. All right, well, let's put that back on. And my free stuff. Okay. Oh, we can bring up the crazy sound. Did I not do that? Was that here before? Well, that was a crazy sound we heard before.
Yeah! It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore.
His voice booms through the chamber, then gets silent.
Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all.
What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme!
I thought it was just like a feedback loop. Like it just kept feeding back on itself and getting louder and louder in that annoying kind of like microphone squealing way. Is there anything we can do about it?
Oh! I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sounds that the future could make.
Sounds like a horrible future, or sounds like the future could be even more hardcore than I ever imagined.
Yeah!
Alright, I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up Ake's jam. Give him the fixed Hawthorne Tree tape.
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
So it said his voice booms to the church as he takes the tape and attaches it to the empty reel slot. He clicks a switch, the tape starts spinning.
A hand on his ear. He listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
No, actually, if we say what do you mean, maybe that'll expand a little more on it. Because usually if you ask a question, then you can also say the second thing. What do you mean?
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Oh, I couldn't actually say that other one. Okay, I'm ready.
Perfectly!
Oh, well, Noid's gonna love that part.
Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper.
So we need another tape?
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
What? I just found a random tape and brought it to Egghead. He's just incredibly good at remixing. Or you're right. It's uncanny how well it all goes together. Something else must be going on here. Now let's give it to Egghead. He's just good at it.
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody, like a folk song, and you just found the original piece that inspired him to create this jam? That would explain why it fits so well.
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez and just threw away part of his song because he thought it wasn't good enough.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Noid's probably correct here. He nods to his friend behind the turntables.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of those remixes online where you just get the same song, or you've got different songs that have the same BPM and you just put them together and it's like, wow, it's amazing how well this works. Let's see. Andre, it's a local folk song. A cell with the Van Eyck living around here. It's his creation. I agree with Lloyd. It's luck and Egghead's incredible mixing skills.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits. Bring up the volume.
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Andre looks back at you.
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
What if we used that crazy sound assault from Sona's experiment but tamed it, made it pulse? Or, I think it's good enough the way it is. Adding that melody has already been a massive improvement. Pretty hardcore now. Now, proceed with the task.
But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore.
Do we have on all of our interfacing equipment? All right, give me a second. I gotta look at how I'm dressed. So, I always forget if I had any. I mean, I've got the gloves on. Did I have other interfacing stuff? Yeah. Oh, those are also gloves. It seems like it's only gloves that get interfacing, so that's unfortunate. All right. Well, we'll.
Good morning, comrade. Yeah.
Godly check.
Hardcore.
Well, 42%. Come on, Harry.
Sidechain
Ha-ha.
beat.
Sidechain. What does it even mean?
Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing. Either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals.
Also, they're not talking about. I don't know why. I was picturing like an air compressor this whole time. I don't know why I use a compressor on my own audio whenever I'm making these videos. I don't know why I didn't put that together. Okay, all right. I'm on board now, I get it. So we're gonna use a compressor, select which track it's compressing. All right.
The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
They actually do. If you compare like the waveform of a lot of music within the past, like, you know, a couple decades compared to things from like, you know, 60s, 70s, early 80s maybe. I don't even know. They might have been doing it into the 80s. Older stuff doesn't use compressors, so you get a lot of peaks and valleys. You get quieter parts, you get louder parts, but then modern sorts of music all just, it's compressed to shit, so you just get the, it's just all loud all the time. There's just a constant level of volume. And I don't know, I think that that kind of music does miss something. I'm going off on a real tangent. I think it's missing some kind of like, there's some personality, some character to a lot of older songs that's not found in newer songs, specifically because of that. And I mean, it's not like the quality of the singing or the instrumentation, it's just that kind of missing, those peaks and valleys, I think. Anyway, moving on. Okay, Egg, you need to start side-chaining it.
Side-chaining it, you said?
He turns down the music, his hands moving deftly across the mixer, setting up the necessary controls.
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide, wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up and down with bliss, in total silence, still listening to his headphones.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead, Cop Man? Did you break him?
Just wait and see.
Are you ready, pussy?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
All right, here it comes. Give him a thumbs up. I don't know where they got the lights from, though.
Speed Freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
But that's the sound of compression, where all the really high stuff is brought down and all the low stuff it has gain added, so it's brought up and everything's just at the same level of loudness, and it's just this big assault of sound from all the different frequencies. Yeah, continue.
This is beauty! This is life!
I mean, it works perfect for the kind of music that they're doing, though.
What in the world is going on? The way melody and bass flow together, it's unnatural.
It is. It's a compressor.
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
For a second, I thought I actually got damaged from the music. Okay, good. I actually regained some health. This one is for the anodic generation. We have tamed the sound, made it our own. The hardcore aesthetic just got more bassy. We have tamed it, made it our own.
God damn it! This dance club idea might just work out.
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
Come on, I thought we were calling it Disco Elysium.
This is it. This is a new era. The fabric of the world has been irrevocably altered.
Oh, we've done it. All right, game over. We've won. Is there anyone else I needed to talk to in here before I go off? I have a check with Andre. It's savoir-faire. Do I have anything taking away savoir-faire? No. Do I have savoir-faire? I think my shoes? Or one of the pairs of shoes give me savoir-faire. No, they take away. And so do the pants. Okay. Well, let's try it. Andre? Oh, you've got to dance.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
28%. Come on. We can do it. If I can fail that, 97%, 98%, then I can make it 28. Come on. No words, just dance.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form to bring this strange music into life. For now, such ferocity of motion is beyond you.
Come on, Harry, you gotta feel the beat.
But just imagine the moves you could pull to this futuristic beat.
Even with increasing the music, making it better, that should give me a plus, come on.
Puts a grin on your face just to think about it. Even a failed attempt gets the juices flowing and repairs some of the damage done by battles lost. If you up the dose and truly dance, who knows what will happen.
Alright, up the dose, take some drugs. No, that's
Goodbye,
alright.
officer.
Bye, Andre. wondering where they got the lights from. Oh, there it went. He's starting to do that walking around on his own thing again. There he goes. Alright. Calm down, Harry. I can go do that. I'm gonna wait to talk to Joyce until I've sent Kim out. I've got the rhetoric one with Titus. And then these down here, which I think I just can't do anymore, right? Because if it puts it down to the bottom, it seems like it's one that's just not accessible anymore. Alright, so maybe we'll go hit up the dice maker and then potentially send Kim off to go deliver the body. So let's travel. Okay, I did not need to stand in front of... Well, I was standing in front of the church, wasn't I? Okay, whatever. I don't know. Oh, not that. That one. Excuse me, Bear. Excuse me. I'm gonna need the flashlight. Yep. Here we are. And that was a what check? Shivers. I think I have some Shivers clothes now, right? Okay, that is plus Shivers. What a mess.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
I mean, I do have money now. Found the 2mm hole in the world. Oh. Can I order it?
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Oh, let's see. I want to die for the Wirral setting. Sweet and basic. You know, Wirral untethered. I mean, cursed die. I don't have Wirral untethered, do I? Oh, I can't look at my items right now. Well, I mean, I could probably order more. Give me a Wirral die.
That's a classic, yes. A standard role-playing die with plan motives. Now, for the material, most of my customers opt for an exotic wood. For this, I would suggest Elysium snake wood. For 7 rel, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
Tell me more about the standard die.
It's an icosid tetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll. Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results.
Okay, give me that one.
Great, see you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Why hasn't your business failed?
Aside from getting naked, you're not sure what else to do. The building holds no more answers for you.
Ah. Alright. That was... Yeah, it was a low chance, but still. Well, we still got a die that we can come back and pick up later. I'll put back on my jacket. And I guess... You know, it's already, what, almost 5 o'clock? We can send Kim off. God, for a second I thought that was a body. It was a mannequin. I can't access that one, can I? I've already tried that one recently.
The barbell waits patient.
Yeah. Come on, take it. Take the door. Harry! The door. also do not need to be shining this flashlight around. There we go. I could send Kim out, but I can't go back to the smoker until after 9 o'clock. And I can't go to the meeting until 10. So I still have some time to kill. I mean, there's other stuff in here. There are other games that I could buy, maybe.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be
waste some money on suzerainty.
Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
Oh, if she likes it, then it's going to be boring. A civilization building board game where you get to choose a nation and set off to colonialize and exploit other cultures. A star-shaped note on the box proclaims the game now includes a completely new genocide option. Oh no.
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work. The exact location and time period are left deliberately vague, but it's clearly meant to represent the economic relationship between the Revacholian suzerainty and its many vassals.
Take the box.
The box has a nice heft to it. You hear the rattle of individual wooden tokens and feel their weight shifting back and forth. Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of grand strategy and complex player interactions.
So I can either leave it undisturbed, though I'm not sure if that would, is somebody gonna later on be like, oh, if only I had a mint condition suzerainty board game. Probably not. All right, remove the plastic wrap. I want to see what's inside.
The plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance.
Open it up.
There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell. A mix of wood, paper, and ink, all wrapped in the sweet must of cardboard.
Getting a lot of healing. I wish I would have known some of these things would give me healing before I did them. Because I did spend, didn't I? Last time I played, spend morale healing items. Alright, let's look at the rulebook.
Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel.
Economic strategy, more like rapacious plunder and exploitation.
The colorful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling.
Yeah, of course they are.
You begin to suspect there may be a political agenda to this so-called family game. Only one way to find out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is. Keep reading.
The instructions are opaque at first and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout. You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points.
And how do you accumulate victory points? By raping and pillaging? No.
That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource.
Exploitation.
Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners.
All right, read the advice.
Remember, there are many paths to victory in suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly.
That kind of sounds like some 4X games, like, you know, Civilization or whatever, where you've got multiple choices, like culture victory or like economic victory or whatever. And once you kind of start on one, you gotta stick with it through the rest of the game, or you're fucked. So how's the winner determined?
The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now.
Yeah, probably a good choice. Examine the components.
You open up a number of pouches containing wooden tokens. There are also several punch boards with other cardboard components that will need to be punched out before you can play.
Kim, you want to sit here with me in this store while I punch out all the cardboard pieces? Punch them out.
Each cardboard token makes a satisfying ch as you pop it out. Soon, a neat pile of cardboard coins and counters has accumulated before you.
What? You're not going to offer to let me punch any of them out?
Oh, I definitely would have. Oh, I know that kind of thing is very satisfying. Kim, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that was an option. I would have done it. Here, you want to check out the wooden tokens with me?
In addition to the worker and building tokens used by each player, there are also several piles of colorful resource tokens, each representing one of the game's 4 principal resources.
Also, Kim is very cute saying that. Just like, you're not going to let me punch out some of the little cardboard pieces?
From the Empire of Sephre, orange apricot tokens. From Ilmarat, the ancestral name of Ilmara, gray marble block tokens. From the Seminine Islands, white sacks of sugar tokens. And from Supramuindi and Sarah Maritza, magenta tokens for unprocessed cocaine leaves.
Oh, that was the magenta plant, I see. Also, the Empire of Safra, that's the place that, what's his face is from, the like, shopkeeper along the street who's selling just, like, random crap. He's from the, so-called apricot suzerainty, right?
Oh, those are nice.
He likes the sugar tokens. Alright, let's put them away. Kim, you want to play?
You hold the open game box before you.
God, Kim, let's play.
The lieutenant looks over the rulebook before he sees something that makes his eyes go wide.
Oh, is there something racist against... Oh, no.
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours.
Okay, that's better than I was expecting. But I mean, we could do a short game. I was really sure there was going to be something about, like... I forget the name of the country that his ethnicity descends from, but I was going to be like, oh god, there's something terrible about them, and there isn't there.
I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for a game.
You can actually convince him to do it. Ooh. Oh, my suggestion is shit, but he's intrigued. Come on, Kim.
What? Does the lieutenant hate fun? Is he the fun police?
Oh, come on, suggestion. Don't go poking at him like this. Who died and made you the fun police?
The lieutenant gives you a sour look. He may or may not hate fun, but either way, he does not appreciate your attitude.
You get a +1 because of persistence. You can pester him into playing. All right, I'll put it away. I'm sorry, Cam. Did I have anything that I could put on for suggestion? I don't think I did, but if I actually did, I'm going to be upset that I didn't use that. Oh, I did! The naval coat. I can wear that coat and be like, Kim, am I impressive now? What else do we have in here?
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the...
I can't do that one. Is there more stuff I could purchase up here?
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
Oh, the greatest innocents. That's, old Dolores.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance.
It's the paranatural. Alright. I guess there were also comics down there that I could have grabbed. Can't look at any of these shelves out here. These are all left out here. I just realized it rains a lot. These books must be soggy by now. Well, it's only 5-ish. But I think I'll just have Kim go do the thing. And I'll send him off. Then I'll go talk to Joyce. I don't know how long that'll take, but if it doesn't take long enough, I could go... I've read multiple times that reading books will waste some time, so I could go also pick up that Dolores Day book and read that.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Alright, Kim. Let's bag him, Kim. Take him away.
All right.
He pulls out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Bag the corpse, drag it to the motor carriage. Does that at least pass a little time? 1709? No. It is the exact amount of time. We spent less than a minute doing that. Well, now I'm alone. And what was the check I needed for Joyce? Was that the conceptualization check for, like, understanding the Pale or whatever? Something beautiful's gonna happen. Before I get in this conversation, I'll check what I'm looking at here. There's Esprit de Corps. Or was... Okay, it's Esprit de Corps, but, was that the check? Or maybe it wasn't the check, maybe it was just a dialogue option, but Kim didn't want to do it. Well, do I have anything that is minus Esprit de Corps? No, but do I have... Oh yeah, I can wear my disco ass blazer. Or... Oh, that one's better. Yeah, that one is just a pure upgrade. The RCM Patrol Cloak is a straight upgrade to the Disco Blazer. Or the Commander's Jacket. So I can do Shivers or Visual Calculus. I'm going to do that one. Okay.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
So what, which one was it under? It was about reality, right?
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Okay, now that we're alone, what is Pale?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes, what is the Pale?
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
And the Isolas are like islands, right? But just in case, what is an Isola?
Isola is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7.
So is the Pale just the ocean?
Muindi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
And Insulinde is?
An oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
The bluest? What makes it the bluest? Just like, is there blue plant life? Or like, does it have a lot of clear blue skies. Also, perishing. What does she mean by perishing? Okay, what is the Pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
So the world just slowly fades out into nothing?
The negation of being.
It's void. The negation of.
That's right. The negation of being.
She tightens her hood around her neck. It's cold outside. Is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
So it's roughly 6,000 kilometers to the north, but slightly more to each other direction. So that means Insulinde is a little bit northish of the center of the world. All right, and point north. There?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse.
So everything that's out there, it reaches the end and it just kind of rises and evaporates into nothingness?
Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
Okay, if it's void, then it doesn't really have physical qualities because it is the absence of, well, physical anything. It's not physical in itself. It's just emptiness. And also, is the thing Sona is dealing with like a little pinprick Pale? Is that a piece of the void, like entering into Revachol? Alright, what are the physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic.
Is it kind of like... Okay, I'm thinking of like in the real world, how you've got, spheres that are floating in space, and as you go out far enough, eventually you just get to like, well, void, you get to nothingness. But it just kind of slowly fades off, because, as you get far enough away, there's less and less matter until you're just out into like space. So is it kind of the same thing? It's just this world is flat instead of a globe?
The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier.
Okay.
It may be impossible.
Now that's weird, and also kind of cool. So it's something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties, physical, epistemological, linguistic. So language stops working out there as well. But from how she talks, you go out far enough, and language and other stuff would stop working. But then, because no one's gotten past numbers, then that must be the final spot. But then if physical properties stop working, have people survived going past the absence of physical properties? Right, if we're surrounded by Pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
Oh, so it's between the Isolas. I thought there was just like a big sea and they were all in it. And that the Pale surrounded like all of the continents. But instead it goes between the continents, between the Isolas.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path.
This almost sounds like space travel in a way, like you're breaking physical laws by using like warp technology and you're folding space on itself. So they're shortening the path but using radio waves, so it's kind of like slightly more realistic and down to earth, but still breaking the kind of weird physical laws of the Pale.
But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost. Or having our minds damaged.
Is your mind damaged, Joyce? The Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
I'm kind of obsessed by this concept of the Pale in this game. I love this weird kind of like, just strange, like, worldly physics or non-physics or what, phenomenon, whatever.
Who says and who argues?
Who says and who argues? Is that... Okay, sorry, I keep thinking of stuff as she's talking, so I'm like detracting myself from actually paying all the attention I should. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history, even the human mind becomes over-radiated by the past. Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
What does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
Oh, so she might actually have, like, some real damage from it. You're not a civilian passenger.
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
Entreprenetic, also. Is that like a word having to do with, like, somebody who crosses the Pale?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
It's like an entropy, like entreponetics. Entropy, right? And the etics, like, kind of like kinetics, like the study of something kind of physical. I might be wrong on that part of the word, but all right, like kind of the study of the physical properties of entropy.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E-Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Did they cross it? The Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
Why did Kim not want me to know these things? Also, what has entreprenetics changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic. So, like, still in the sky?
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale.
So you have to build up a huge amount of speed first. You gotta just, like, railgun yourself across because you've got to keep the momentum you start with.
In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
So I was right. If we don't...
Then they don't.
Ooh.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
They just vanish. They don't come out in a strange spot. They vanish. How much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
I guess there was that, what was it called, the porch whatever, where things are evaporating into it? Slipping how? To our detriment, or...?
What do you think, Detective?
She looks you in the eye. It's shrinking as more and more of the world, or... It's probably growing as more and more of the Pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
It's not extreme at all. It's going to happen. Cover everything? That can't be. Where would we go? Well, I mean, if it's going to happen, if it's a scientific certainty, then, I mean, it's not really extreme. It's just the truth.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I suggest you do the same.
Nope.
It doesn't look like you're doing the same. The suggestion was meant in earnest, Detective. Live life.
Well, of course. I mean, you live your life, and what's that idea of like, crap. Not like a form of nihilism, but like optimistic nihilism. Like what's that channel, Kurz Kazakhs, where they talk about that, where sure everything is kind of meaningless and it's all gonna eventually come to an end. It's like not like in a big bang or anything, but just kind of fizzle out to nothingness. So I mean, enjoy it while we're here. Make the best of it. Let's return to reality, please.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective.
You want my opinion on it?
Is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
Nothing. Alcohol fumes and blackout. I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good. I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
Terrifying. It's disco. It'll end all life. That we continue to persist at all as a testament to our faith in one another. Its advance can only be stopped with immediate, total, ruthless communism. I don't think communism is going to do it. And is this the capitalist answer? It's anti-commie. I'm worried. I have to say it doesn't sound very liberal. I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. I kind of feel that. I mean, even with this, you know, slowly consuming the world, the fact that people are still going really says something about, you know, not just the faith we have in each other, but just like, I don't know, the human condition or however that could be worded.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes tense, crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
She stops mid-sentence. I'll handle it, it's under control. This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by, I promise. It'll be serious trouble. It'll be a fucking disaster, I know it. All these people will die. No. I'll handle it. It's under control.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
And he's a very sweet man and I love him.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
You know, when I first met Joyce, I was like, this like haughty-taughty bitch over here. But I've said it before, I like her more and more. Well, this is a legendary check. I only have 2 esprit de corps, but I do have a lot of pluses to this. What is... Think of something close.
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?"
Were these the two that I met inside the whirling? The two who were officers from like another, or maybe from my department, maybe.
Yes, he lost his mind, Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. Don't worry, ML. He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again.
Or is he just having like a clairvoyant vision of like two officers doing this at the moment, 6 kilometers to the southwest?
We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
She says energetically. The Revachol Citizens Militia.
Preciso mundo.
Good, and what is the Revachol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
You said de facto, not de jure, though.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
So I'm a lackey of capital, I'm a thrall to foreign interests. One of the good guys. Going to avoid the subject, no. So I'm a lackey of capital?
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent, provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown.
Oh, I remember this story about the nuclear pile.
They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
So they're jealous that they couldn't do it themselves.
So permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
She bows and smiles. Joyce, you are okay. Alright, I had you wrong in the beginning. That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
That's it. Thank you. Man, this pail business, though. So, can I take that? And, oh, I'll have a... pick up the dice. Oh, in 8 hours. Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't think that was ready yet. Do I just take that back to, like, Sona? There is a godly check, but I don't know if that is, Also, yeah, I guess I have to actually be standing in front of the church to fast travel, don't I? Okay. Or not the church, in front of the whirling. I'll go over and see, because I'm pretty sure that I needed information on the pail to talk to Sona about the point, the 2mm hole. Is this close enough? Oh, I can actually travel to the shacks as well. It'd be better if I had Kim with me to do this. Kim, I already miss you.
Yes, what is it?
Oh, let me put on my logic clothing. Do I have anything minus logic right now? Is the bum hat? No, that's rhetoric. None of those are minus logic. Those are plus logic. That's logic. It's minus. Oh, I'm bouncing all around. Okay. Look at this nerd.
Yes, what is it?
Maybe I can start with asking about the 2mm hole again. So investigated, we've heard of the doomed commercial area.
The swallow, you mean? What about it?
Oh, there's nothing else I can ask.
Great. Thanks.
Form a theory.
All you hear is silence in your head.
Damn it. Alright, swap back to... Yeah, I'll swap back to those. Do I have another check I can do? That one's still there. So these are... They're not quite down at the bottom, because that one's here. But I don't know where the volition was on her conversation. On the map wall... I definitely can't do the warded door, it's open. And I think that one had to do with dating her. I still have one for Titus, but I'm definitely gonna wait till I've got Kim with me for that one. Guess we gotta waste some time until what, 9 o'clock? Oh man, that's plenty of time. Was there another area like farther up that I could actually explore? I don't know if I checked all this area out over here. Look, it's like there's a bit of a boardwalk over there. Maybe I can go up that way. Ah, this looks like it. Oh yeah, there is more. Oh, but I should definitely have Kim with me. Oh, I can't explore new areas without Kim. Right, I think probably what I'll need to do is go find a book and waste some time reading. A little black swallow circles above you. You hear it chirrup. So I can go over to the, I was gonna say library, but it's not the library, it's just the bookstore. Although if the library is farther down, it would be good to unlock that so that I can eventually go over there and just like read random books to waste time. Because it seems like as there's a little bit less to do each day, that it would be useful to have some way to waste time. And I'm also taking the long way instead of fast traveling, just so I can kind of collect my thoughts as I'm going, just speaking all this out loud. Could I buy the... No, that was that the shoes that he was selling. I think they're still too expensive. Yeah, so I'll come over here to the bookstore, and I think I'm gonna end it here, but next time what I'll probably do is buy the Dolores Day book and do a bit of reading about her. So that's gonna be right up here. So I'll aim myself that way. And yeah, next time we'll pick up that book, we'll dig into a little bit more about Dolores, and then hopefully waste enough time. God, that's what, like 18, 19, 20, oh, it's like 3.5 or 4 hours or something. I don't even know. Simple math, you know. I was an English teacher. I didn't teach math. Anyway, until next time, I'll see you then. Good night.